Sam Pittman, who, listen, I struggled to pronounce Nico Iamaleava's name when he committed to Tennessee. Even when I started this program, I struggled a little bit to say his name. But eventually, like Tua Tagovailoa, and I was talking to Ryan Brown about this of the next round, and he said he's a host, and he says, if you're going to do a show in the state of Alabama, you better learn how to pronounce Tua's name. And it's the same with Nico. Now, Caleb has a bone to pick with Sam Pittman. So let's go ahead and pull this up, because I think Caleb is going to be a little bit unfair, but I'm willing to give him first shot here. So, Caleb, pull that up. Here's Sam Pittman and his thoughts on, what's his name?
Well, before I pull him up, obviously, let me pull Sam Pittman and use an unnecessary timeout, because I didn't get my stuff in order on time. I'm kidding, guys. I'm just troubling him more. But, all right. This was him yesterday, or 2 days ago, excuse me.
I think it's Iamaleava.
Yeah.
I think it's Iamaleava.
All right, Caleb. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it to you, and I will give you the element.
What the? What was he thinking?
Release the hounds.
The Dave Hooker Show.
Keep cool.
A presentation of OffTheHookSports.com.
All right, Caleb. It's on the poll question. Sam Pittman's mispronouncing Nico Iamaleava's name is, what say you?
Well, some people might say it's gamesmanship, because I know some coaches in the past have mispronounced players' names to try to shade them. Sam Pittman's not that guy. Sam Pittman would never mispronounce somebody's name to shade them. That's not the type of person he is. So
I
that's
never
not
thought of that.
Yeah, he didn't do that. He did it because he couldn't pronounce the name. And it's one thing to be like Nico Iamaleava or something like that when you mispronounce it. Iamaleava. You've been preparing for this. You knew you were going to face this guy for a year. Nico's been the starter at Tennessee since the Citrus Bowl last year. He's been on your schedule. And you go on Monday before the game, I think it's Iamaleava.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm going to defend him, because coaches more oftentimes than not will refer to players as number 8, and they don't really know their name. So that's not a great surprise to me. I've had coaches before that have referred to number blah, 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 number blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if they even knew who their names actually were. So I don't have a monstrous problem with this. I think you're picking at a guy that is on his way out, I think is what you're doing. And an old school guy that may have not even ever met a Polynesian person in his life.
Which speaks to, he's an offensive line coach in the SEC, and he's never met a Polynesian person in his life. One that's, again, this is, Sam Pittman fulfills every stereotype of a football coach I've had. I have all of my jokes about football coaches. It's Sam Pittman falls into it. Not from the character, because I think many football coaches are of low character, and I actually think Sam Pittman does have good character. But from the from the IQ side, I'm sorry, guys. You can't get this. You can't get it that wrong. Okay, how did you not see the V in the name? Dave, let's play a little game. Dave does good impressions. And by the way, you were right. Some coaches do their numbers. One of the reasons I think Bobby Bowden was forced out towards the end of his career. Did you ever notice he was referring to his Florida State players by their numbers, not their names? And the coaches should be like, that number 83 for us is real good over there. We got to use him more. And it's do you not know your own players, bro? And so, okay. Let's play a little game. Dave Hooker impressions. I'm going to name a coach, and you have to say Nico Iamaleava's name with the way you think they would say it.
Okay.
All right, let's start with Steve Spurrier.
It's a Nico. I can't pronounce his last name, but yeah, that guy likes to throw around the park. Pretty good. Gonna have to defend him. Pretty good player. Pretty good player, Nico. Yep, I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name. Pretty difficult. Pretty tough. Almost tough as that Gators defense. All right.
So you think he would refuse he'd refuse to even say it?
Yeah, he would just address the fact that it's a very difficult name to pronounce. I have no doubt in my mind. He might say, to get, let's say it's the Philip Fulmer days, him and Philip going back at it at Tennessee, Florida, he might jokingly say that. Yeah, yeah, you all know how to pronounce. I could see him doing that for sure. But I also think he's a pretty high character guy and wouldn't want to, in some ways, make fun of a guy's last name. So I don't know. That was my initial reaction, but we'll text Pat Dooley, who we'll have on next week to preview the Gators and see how he thinks that Steve Spurrier would pronounce Nico Iamaleava's name. All right, who else?
All right, Lou Holtz.
I tell you what, Nico's last name, if I can't pronounce it, I don't do a good Lou Holtz impression. What else you got?
All right, Ed Orgeron.
Oh, what's up, we got that Nico. He would definitely not try to say it. He would definitely not try to say it. And he could get away with that because he's such a caricature of himself that it's kind of like you brought up a great point that I never thought about. And I don't want to get into rap because some of our listeners are my age and they don't listen to rap every day, even though I do at the gym every day. But 50 Cent, he can say stupid stuff about people. He's a rapper, guys, that for those that don't know. And he can say stupid stuff about somebody and it doesn't create a beef where they go back and forth and end up shooting each other.
Yeah, because everybody's like, it's 50. He's a troll. It's kind of funny. Like 50's first single was how he would rob every famous rapper and get away with it. That was his first single. It's like if he was a robber, here's how I'd rob him. And How to Rob, great song. But yeah, so all right, I think I got a couple more for you. I want to see how you handle this. Johnny Majors.
Oh, Nico, he's gonna go attack, take him down the field. I'll tell you one thing. It's a cowboy with a hat and not a hat without a cowboy. That Nico can play. That's about the best I got.
So he wouldn't give the last name either.
No.
And then I guess I'll do my Joe Bertino. Nico Iamaleava, he's doing really well. He's a real tough quarterback to defend. Yeah. I've reset the poll question, by the way, now. But as far as the Sam Pittman mispronouncing Nico is not an issue, is at 50%. Just can't speak right, 26%. Disrespectful at 17%. Gamesmanship at 5%. I'm on the just can't speak right. And I got to be honest, Dave, you said lasagna. I don't know if Sam Pittman knows that there's a silent G in lasagna. Do you think, can Sam Pittman spell lasagna?
If I had to bet on it, are you serious? All right. Is that the new poll question?
No, the new poll question is
No. Make that the poll question. Do you think Sam Pittman can spell lasagna? You're the worst person in the history of man.
Am I, you know, guys, I really offend Dave with how mean I am to coaches. Dave thinks that they're honorable people and that I
don't. I think the good guys, I feel comfortable saying are good guys. I'm not saying the only ones would be that are both competent and morally good people. I think it's Sam Pittman. You would say he's competent. If you hold on to an SEC job for 5 years, you're competent, right?
No, I just think Arkansas, I think the administration is more incompetent than him.
Okay, well, I would say he's competent. He's probably in over his head, but that's not his fault. I mean, who would turn that job down? And then, because that's the only crack he was going to get. I mean, this would be analogous to giving, I don't know, there's so many offensive line coaches through the years that Tennessee has had, but giving an offensive line coach the head coaching job. Hey, actually, that worked for Philip Fulmer. But I would say that, yes, I think that Sam Pittman can probably spell lasagna.
Well,
I will go ahead and guarantee you that he can't spell Iamaleava.
Well, the message board disagrees with you because 70% says not a chance.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What is wrong with our fan base here?
Guys, there's no way he can spell lasagna.
Lasagna is not that difficult. That is unbelievable. You guys are horrible.
We should do a spelling bee with coaches.
Yes, that's what we should do. SEC Media Days in Atlanta. Don't ask them any questions about their team or the state of college football. Just say, can you spell this?
How about this? Are you smarter than one of Lane Kiffin's girlfriends?